morning, guys. I'm Ming Liang. Today, I'm going to talk about connected sets, and I'm concentrate on separations and the definition of connectedness. Connectedness describes whether a set is in one piece. We take a closed set A, for example. A is from -2 to 2. It's in one piece, so A is connected. While if it has a gap at 0, it's not in one piece, so it's not connected. And here's the definition of separation. A separation of A is a pair UV such that we need to check 4 conditions. For 1, we need to check U and V are both open. For 2, we need the interaction with A, the 2 interaction with A be non-empty. For 3, we need to check whether the union of U and V cover A. And the last one, we need to check the interaction of these 3 guys are empty. But it doesn't mean U and V can't interact. They can interact somewhere outside the A. And we use the previous example to expand. For A is from -2 to 0 and from 0 to 2. We can choose U from infinity to 0 and V from 0 to infinity. And here is the definition of connected sets. We see that a set is connected if there does not exist a pair of separation U and V. Actually, it's equivalent. In other words, A is connected if and only if A has no separation. For inverse, A is not connected if and only if A has a separation. And we can use that definition to distinguish whether a set is connected or not. Here is an example. A set A consists of 2 curves, which is curve 1, y equals 0. Here is curve 1. And curve 2 is symmetric, and it decreases when x is bigger than 0. So it looks like this one, and this curve 2. So how can we choose a separation to prove it's not connected? So we can separate somewhere like this. We can define the above is set V and the below is set U, right? So here is the UV I defined. You can define the other UV if it satisfies the definition. And we can check 4 conditions to make sure it's a true separation. And here is an important theorem, which says that path-connected implies connected. So how to prove this theorem? Theorem says path-connected implies connected. So we prove this by contradiction. So we assume A is not connected So if A is not connected, this means there is a separation, UV separates A, right? So here is a theorem, says that we can define a continuous function f from A to R. Okay, here is the theorem. We can define the continuous function f. So why is it contradiction? So if A is path connected and f is continuous, from the theorem, IVT says that the image should be an interval, right? But the image of f is 2 point. It's not an interval. So here is the contradiction. So we prove this theorem by contradiction. Let me show you some example of connected sets. Some intervals, all the intervals in R are connected. Whether it's open interval, closed interval, or one side open, one side closed. And open balls, closed balls are connected. And the products of intervals are also connected. And here is a theorem says that for all the sets in R, the following are equivalent. The set is an interval, the set is path connected, the set is connected. Because for interval in R, it has only 3 cases. Open interval, closed interval, one side open, one side closed. We can check in cases to prove this theorem. And here are another 2 theorems, which are also important. For theorem 1 says that for a continuous function f, if the domain is connected, then the image of that domain is also connected. So what's the idea of proof of this theorem? We prove it by also contradiction. We can assume the image is not connected. So there exists a separation. We can use this separation to create another separation which can prove the domain is not connected. Especially if the continuous function is from connected D to R, then the image is an interval. Because we know that the connected set in R is the interval, right? Let's look at the final example. Assume that A is a connected subset containing 2 vectors. We want to show that there exists a point whose y equals 0, and there exists a point lying on the sphere. We use the theorem IVT to do this problem. We define a continuous function f. Function f1. So we find the image of 2 vectors. IVT says that the image should be an interval, and obviously 0 is in that interval. So there exists a point whose image equals 0. So it's y equals 0. And similarly, we define another function. We also find the image of 2 points. Which are 4 and 49. Yeah, I'm right. And similarly, because 25 is in this interval, so there exists a point lying on the sphere. And thank you. That's all of my presentation.